Welcome to my little space where heart and hook stitch up a place where we can together make a refuge safe for all our sake. There is a new track now from Olympia Trout Patrol using a recording of mine, so I will be showing you that soon as well. Stay tuned. All right, so here's the dealio. I'm working on this little piece of decoration for my daughter's cape thing that I'm making for her birthday that I showed making in the last video. I just haven't done this final bit of decoration on it. So I started by making these squares. This is about the size that I want. But after making all 5, because I need 5 of them, and then attempting to top stitch some embroidery on these in this darker pink color, which is the color of the body of the cape, I didn't like how it was looking because really they are supposed to be slightly star-shaped, curving in. So I just got more meticulous with the design of these. So instead of just doing a double crochet square, and here I was doing a solid square with a treble crochet in the corners, I switched it up. And so here I'm doing like treble, double, half, double, treble. And then here I'm doing, in the corners, I'm doing single, half, single, and then singles across here, but right in the center I'm doing I forgot what that's called, where you do the stitch down into the stitch instead of in the top of the stitch, so it kind of curves it up, or curves it down and up like that. And then for the final row I'm doing single crochets with this light pink again, except at the corners I'm doing single, half, double, half, single, and that gives us a better star shape. So I'm very pleased with that. So I'm undoing each one of these and redoing them like this. So there, I've done 2. I just wanted to show you before I finish all 5. And I'll show you when I get them onto the cape. And I'm almost done. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. And that means that we ring in the new year and I get to say happy birthday to my daughter because she was born on New Year's Day. A really cool birthday. 1/1/11. So we ring in the new year, we say happy birthday, and I oftentimes give her a birthday gift right then as well. So I will have this ready for that. I'm going to try to have it finished tonight so that I can photograph it tomorrow morning so that I can give it to her without still needing to photograph it. Welcome to 2026. It is right now, as I'm recording this, New Year's Eve, so it is not 2026 yet in my world, but in your world, when you're watching this video, it has already turned to the new year. I'm getting going on another mouth puppet because I sold another one, and just this morning I went out and photographed the new cape / shawl, whatever we're calling it, that I made for my daughter. So that is fresh off the hook. As of late last night, I finished the little super light pink decorations down the back. And I love the photo shoot I did. By the way, my parents have returned from their long trek across the country. And so my mom gave me a proper haircut this morning. So I quite like it. What do you think? My earrings dangle longer than my hair now. For how thin my hair is, I think this is a nice length to help it help disguise how thin it actually is. Anyway, I donned my cute little elf ears with the outfit this morning. I will show you that next. and I wore a yellow dress because her character has like a little yellow outfit that ends like at the knees, and then it has like, she has like brownish or reddish leggings or something underneath that, and so I wore these underneath my yellow dress to kind of go with the vibe of the character, and I'm really excited to give that to her tonight. After we ring in the new year, we say happy birthday, and I'll give her that. And by the way, I was talking in my last video about killing the acrylic in that because I used this old vintage acrylic pink yarn, and it worked lovely. So wearing it, you'll see it has a like a really nice slinky drape to it now. So it doesn't have that kind of scrunched up energy that I was pointing out in the last video. I think you'll be able to see that in these videos coming up, especially the slow-mo video. You can see how gracefully it flows. So very, very, very pleased about that, because I just, as I said in the last video, I winged it. I totally winged it for this cape that's kind of like wings. And yeah, pretty soon we'll have some family time. Maybe we'll pick something to watch and enjoy ringing in the new year. I did see this meme that said, let's just all collectively decide, instead of kissing our significant other at the stroke of midnight, we go outside and just scream. And I thought that that was fitting. And then I saw another thing that said something like, it seems highly irresponsible to just start another year right after this one. I like that too. So anyway, I'm gonna get to my crocheting like I always do. You've seen me make so many mouth puppets. I don't know if you care about seeing this again. But yeah. Oh, and I finished the gloves. That's the other thing I haven't shown you yet. Here are the behind the scenes of making these gloves. So I scaled them down quite a bit from my regular sort of one size fits most for somebody with much smaller hands than mine. She told me her measurement around this part of her hand, and for me it's about this big around here, around these 3 fingers. So I was able to sort of check it as I went with these 3 fingers, and they're so pretty. I used this discontinued yarn that I had kind of stocked up on this Red Heart Boutique unforgettable yarn that Joanne used to sell, and I still have a bunch. I don't have every colorway anymore, but this colorway is called Gossamer, and I think it's really, really pretty. As stated earlier, my friend Michael from Olympia Trout Patrol has created another track for me to add to my collection that is the soundtrack of this channel. So this is The Sky Hides All Its Birds, and it's sampled from a recording I did for a composer who was a professor at my college when I was a music student there. So please enjoy. Go check out his channel and follow. And I'll have this playing over the course of modeling the cape that I made for my daughter and my most recent shop reviews. Thank you again, Michael. I love the vibe that this one brings. I also just wanted to say just a little bit about Brad Huft, who composed the initial work that Michael had sampled a little bit from. He was a professor, as I said, at Fresno State when I was there. I took one class of his, which was pop, rock, and jazz, and I believe I wrote a paper about a song by Radiohead in that class. That was a fun class. He was a fun teacher, and right next to his office was one particular practice room that I liked to use. I just liked the positioning of it, kind of away from the rest of the practice rooms, kind of at a less busy area of the music building, the old music building. But it happened to be right next to his office. So there was one wall between his office and the practice room I liked to use. And I remember him saying he loved hearing me practice in there. He was always happy to have me go in and practice whatever I was working on. And it was after I graduated that he asked me to come to learn this piece that he wrote and come do a recording and also sing it in a concert setting of other of his compositions. So that was very validating for me. He was an awesome teacher, and tragically, he passed in a horrible, unexpected accident. And I just wanted to say that my heart goes out to his family. I don't know any of his family, but I have very fond memories of Brad. So, or Dr. Huft, I should say. So that's it. On to the rest of the video. All right, well, I've been absent from recording for a few days, and I thought I should jump in on here and catch you up on what I've been doing. So this is the mouth puppet that I finished. I began in 2025 and I finished in 2026. This one I randomly picked button color again, and I got yellow, so this one's got yellow buttons. Tongue-tied mouth puppet, one of my best sellers. Finished that just after we rang in the new year, basically. Then this is the pair of gloves I've mentioned already that I scaled down in size. So this is where the thumb comes out right here. So that's how they go, like that. Except it's for a much smaller hand than I have. This is the colorway called Gossamer that is discontinued from the line of, well, the whole line is discontinued. Red Heart Boutique yarn. I still have a bit of this, but not that much. Possibly enough to make another pair, but I'm not sure. Maybe not this type of glove. Maybe one of my like fiddler gloves I could get another pair out of. And then, so it was the new year. It was after ringing in the new year at night, and I just felt wide awake, probably because I had a cup of coffee at like 11 o'clock at night. And so I thought, what do I want to do as my, aside from finishing the mouth puppet, my first project of the new year, late at night. I'm just awake. I didn't have any open orders at the moment because the gloves and the mouth puppet right now are my only two open orders, and they've both been made. And I remembered that I had two little piles of yarn set aside from the last time I was making Star Lily's pattern for the Flower of Life cropped shrugs. So I had dived into my cotton yarns, and like all of the different kinds of yarns I have, I always have lots of small amounts, little balls that, that's all that I have of this type of yarn, or like a single skein. And with cotton, they usually come in smaller balls, smaller skeins. Except I do have a bunch of large cones, but I was looking to do some scrappy projects, scrappy shrugs, and I wanted to get a few made in just the cottons / natural fibers. So it's mostly cotton with some other things in there. There's a little bit of mohair, There's a little bit of like silk, alpaca, stuff like that. So I got one of my piles out and I started making these panels for the shrug. I'll show you the progress photos that I took, because I didn't take any video talking about it until I was finished. But this is the first one I did. And as you can see, it does have overall generally a pretty good kind of symmetry going on. However, they do differ on the different panels, because some of the yarns I had were they were in such small quantity that I only used them, you know, they only went for certain sections. So as you can see, like, even though, so what I did is I had this sort of peachy pinkish color and this sort of like seafoam blue slash teal turquoise type of color. And then I had a bunch of this sort of off-white color. And so what I did is I alternated the peach, the off-white, the seafoam, and then the off-white again. And then I kept repeating. But the off-white color that I have is thinner than the peach and the seafoam color. So I used the off-white to carry along with it all of my scraps that are in skinnier weights. So I doubled up the skinnier off-white with my skinnier scraps, and so that gives us a somewhat symmetrical look. But the off-white, for each of the off-white rows, we have a different type of scrap running through it. Both of them, I had a good amount left of this, and now this is finally the final bit of what we're looking at is the second to the last row. So this stuff here that has like this sort of green and gray going through it, as you can see, that's going along with the off-white, and that is the last of a skein that I got for my birthday 2 years ago, or no, maybe for Christmas. I can't remember. And that one is very, very soft. It's a combination of silk and baby alpaca. And the rest of this is cotton, except this one, this like dark grayish color, is a combination of cotton and bamboo, which is lovely. Bamboo is very drapey, silky feeling. So I photographed this morning. I will show you that now. And then after I finished making that, I jumped right into the second pile of yarns that I had set aside. So here I am coming to you with only the side panels made, except for the final row of single crochet that will be going around on this. This one admittedly is pretty wild. When I was looking at the colors, I really thought that they went together nicely. We've got like reds, greens, orange, and purple. And I know it sounds like a lot, and I think it looks like a lot, but just hold tight. I think it'll look better when it's completed, but there we have it. You know what? On screen right now, it looks pretty cool. This last row here kind of becomes like a neutral brown when you see it from a slight distance. What I did here is this is a red and a green thread crocheted together. And as you can see, I did the same kind of technique where whenever I have a yarn like this green one and this multicolored one here, that is a thicker yarn, like a medium weight yarn, I use it by itself. And then anytime I have a thinner yarn, like I have here and here and here and here, I double it up with another scrap ball of thinner yarn. So I kind of had my main colors that I wanted to use for this, and then anytime I needed to pair a skinnier yarn of my main colors with another skinny yarn, I just indiscriminately pulled like the next smallest scrap ball that I had. So that's the plan with this one. The center panel, I'm going to finish these two with the final row of single crochet, and then I'm going to make the center panel with a different order of these same colors. I'm figuring out a slightly different order because I have to kind of work with how much I have of each yarn. Each round that gets, expanding out is, uses more yarn. So I only have like a limited amount of each of these kinds of yarns that I'm deciding to use for this. So I have to kind of plan carefully where I'm going to put each color. So there's that. I'm going to finish this shrug probably today. And I am going to be going down to my partner's house for a couple days this weekend. And I need to plan and pack the yarns for my next Nana. That'll be the next thing I want to make because I want to be ahead of time for this coming Wednesday. Today is only Saturday, so I'll still be ahead of time. So I'll definitely be getting to that tonight. But I wanted to pop in here and share with you what I've been working on because I'm, spending a lot of time with family and not wanting to go and take videos talking to my camera as much when I have a lot of family around. Oh, and check out Willie. He's chilling by the heater. He loves it. Hello. It is now Monday evening and I need to wrap up this video. And I haven't photographed this yet, but this is the finished shrug that you last saw me working on. The sleeves basically mirror each other for the most part, and the center panel is a little different than the sleeves, but it's pretty much the same yarns throughout. Here's what the seam looks like. Pretty wild, but overall I like the vibe of it. It feels kind of earthy, but also kind of Christmassy and really festive. So you'll have to wait until next week's video to see this one. Well, you'll have to wait till next week's vlog to see this one modeled in a vlog, but really you'll only have to wait a few days to see it in a short because I always spoil my vlogs by posting shorts regularly as I finish stuff and photograph stuff. And then over the past couple days, I got this much done on my next Nana. And this is really cute. This yarn I got as a gift from my partner's girls. They gave me a Christmas gift they had a few little gift bags, and they all had yarn in it. And it was just yarn that they had sitting around at home that they didn't have any projects for, any use for. They weren't using it. And they thought, well, Aileen uses yarn. So they gave me their yarn, and this sort of magenta pink, pinkish purple, purplish pink is on this part of the doll. And this doll, this Nana, is going to be named after a friend who is their auntie. So this is going to be named after Emily. So obviously she still needs her head and the breasts and some sort of personalization. This one I went with, I went symmetrical with the amount of rounds I went up for each color. And this one is only as many rows as it is because I ran out of this yarn. So it couldn't go for 12 rows, which is what I was planning to go for. But that's okay. This type of yarn is hellish to work with, so I only use it for stuff like this, where it's like a fancy little touch in this yarn too. Anyway, so there's that. I also wanted to just invite you to go stream the music that Olympia Trout Patrol has been creating using samples of my singing. Most of what he's been making is sort of his own creativity, his own production. But yeah, if you want to hear my singing in his tracks, which I also have been using in these videos and in my shorts, you can now stream them. I don't know exactly what all the streaming services are, but I will put a link in the description box because they go live on the 6th, the same day, January 6th, the same day that this video goes live. So check the description box for that, and for all the other things that you might be curious about in this vlog, I will try to link to in there. And if I've missed something, leave me a comment. And with that, I will invite you to please subscribe and stick around and let me know how you're enjoying these vlogs, and let me know what you're working on if you're a crafter. So, crochet hooks and colors bright, crafting wonders day and night. Join the fun, come see it through, subscribe and I'll create for you. Oh, and then also check out this new ring I got. This was gifted to me by my partner's mom. It belonged to her sister, who is no longer with us. So I feel really honored that she passed it on to me. This is malachite. It's handmade. It was handmade apparently by an old boyfriend of hers. And yeah. I mean, look how awesome that looks next to my other ring. So I was really touched that I got that as a gift. You may just see me wearing this all the time now, along with this ring, which you're probably already familiar with if you've been watching my stuff for a while. So I'll see you next time. Happy crocheting, or whatever else you do.